This year has been quite a roller coaster. We have gone from just over 100,000 subs to almost 150,000 subs, and that is impressive. And hopefully 2024 will be even better. Today, guys, we're going to be seeing some of our top highlights of 2023. Before we get going, guys, be sure if you did, happen to enjoy my other videos, or you'll see some of the highlights today, then be sure to give this video a like, a share, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out all the other videos, the full-length videos, which I will leave in the links down below. Now, let's get started. Today, we're going to be seeing how Jack makes his lazy man's enchiladas.
It's gonna be awesome.
I don't believe him.
Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is brown the ground beef and add the diced onion to it and brown it all together. First thing you wanna do is take your bag of chips.
Well, that was quick. I guess we'll just skip cooking the beef.
And you're gonna smash it, and then you're gonna pour that in your big bucket. Then the next thing you're gonna do is dump your whole jar of salsa, not the small one, but this medium size. Then you're going to take your enchilada sauce, just pour it in. Then you're gonna take your ground beef and just pour the whole thing.
Don't tell me that we're gonna be adding 2 pounds of cheese mixed in with this.
Then you take your big bag of cheese, the whole entire 2 pounds, and you just dump it all in. Give it a good mixing. So get a little milk and just kind of pour it in. You don't want to pour too much, so don't put too much at the beginning. Just kind of pour a little. Mix it really good. Make sure everything's distributed all evenly.
I think it was a bad idea having breakfast. I'm serious. I think I need to take a break.
Okay, now what you're going to do is take your small bag of cheese, and that's going to be your topping. Just dump the whole entire thing out. Okay, Look at this, folks. Delicioso. Does that look awesome or what?
So seriously, we have soggy tortilla chips mixed with sauce, meat, and cheese, baked for about an hour in the oven. Then we have shredded cheese that we layered on top and burnt.
We're gonna just put a nice, healthy dollop of sour cream on the top.
No matter what you add to this, it's not gonna save it.
What do you think?
That's enchiladas. That is real enchiladas.
What? Whoa, boy. You wouldn't believe the amount of requests that I've gotten to review Osman Gold making his $2 steak. And today we're going to do so.
I know how to cook one meal, a steak.
If you can make a steak, you can cook eggs. And if you can cook eggs, you can cook just about anything.
I like to keep things simple, I like to keep things cheap. You know, like you go on Instagram and it's like some girl, she's taking a picture of her food again. I'm a man, I don't do that.
It can be a little silly sometimes.
So I put this on the steak. Oh wow, what a steak. As you can see, it's dirty.
Dirty is not something that I would say. I have a few other words for that.
I'm a simple man, I live a simple life. I like steak and fucking potato.
Something that I say all the time, at the end of the day, when you're cooking at home, all that matters is if you're happy with it.
I think I'm doing great. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.
We're finally going to be seeing how Uncle Roger makes his carbonara, and I'm actually quite eager to see how this video turns out.
I hear this Italian chef has challenged you to make some pasta.
I am challenging you to make spaghetti alla carbonara.
So easy. Step 1, if you use cream, throw it out. You make Italian people cry because cream is like Italian people chili jam.
Poor Jamie, less than a few minutes in, and we're already starting to hit the punching bag.
Don't use bacon, don't use pancetta, they for poor people. This is pecorino. Don't use parmesan, don't be basic. And of course, the king of flavor, MSG.
No, you don't need MSG in carbonara. You already have a lot of flavor.
Don't put too much because guanciale already quite salty.
Let's see what Vincenzo thought about him using some MSG.
No!
We cook our spaghettoni. Boil a pot of water. Usually, we salt our pasta water with regular salt, but for Uncle Roger, I salt my pasta water with MSG. Just use feeling.
You're gonna be boiling the pasta with MSG. Honestly, Uncle Roger.
Sprinkle in more black pepper. Shred in more pecorino.
Looks good. Let's try it.
Okay. Mwah.
To be quite honest, if this was Uncle Roger's very first time making carbonara, he did an outstandingly good job. Today guys, I feel like some pizza, so we're going to review Epicurius's different ways on making a pizza.
This is a store-bought sauce.
It doesn't take that long to make a basil tomato sauce.
I feel like somewhere there's like a chef that's screaming.
Yeah, I can guarantee you that there is a chef somewhere screaming watching this.
It doesn't need to look like a perfect rectangle or a perfect circle. All it has to do is taste really, really good.
I hope the flavor makes up the shape.
You don't want to be too stingy with the sauce.
You couldn't like use a spoon or a ladle to spread the sauce. You have to use your hands.
This is my pizza. 500-degree oven, 12 minutes, and it's perfect.
The oddly shaped pizza doesn't look very nice.
You know, I'm a big fan of a lot of colour on a pizza. I don't like them too bland looking. This one's a little dark around the edges, that's fine.
Yeah, well, he definitely achieved a little bit of color on his pizza.
Only sauce, cheese, and basil on this pizza because that's Richie's favorite. So here's a pizza for my Richie.
It looks good.
I think it looks delicious, and I know it tastes delicious.
Looks good, if I say so myself.
You know, I love the confidence, but it's misplaced. I mean, looking at this, seriously? Today, guys, we're gonna see something a little different. I have been inundated with requests recently to watch Cooking with Jack, and today we're gonna find out what he's gonna be making.
Okay, I got a whole pound of bison left, so we're gonna make a bison burger out of it. Garlic powder, some dried chopped onions. Here we go, I'm gonna crack an egg in there.
Well, that's the first time I've ever seen anyone punch an egg before. Maybe it was a bad egg and he decided to hit it. But in any case, if you're gonna open it like this, be a little careful. Eggs are delicate. You don't really need to give it a lot of force.
Top it off. Some of the best teriyaki sauce you'll ever taste. Just for a little kick, a little flavor. All right, a lot of flavor. There we go. Nice.
Mixing ground meat or anything like this, you want to always try to get the biggest bowl that you can use so you can, well, put both hands in it and mix it well. It's a little ridiculous having to use such a small bowl and not being able to get your hands in there.
All right, there's one. You know they're perfect consistency when they try to almost stick to your hand, but they don't. There's two. Beautiful. There's three. They're almost done. Look at them. Oh, they smell great. They're almost done.
There is like no moisture in the pan. It's dry.
Grab yourself a piece of cheese so the heat starts melting it.
Oh. Grab a piece of cheese so the heat starts melting it. You're supposed to put it on when the burger is still hot in the pan.
Now, I have to warn you, once again, this is going to be rare. So, if you don't like rare, you might want to leave the room now. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Gorgeous.
What you do not want to do is smash the end product of the burger. Because if you look at it now, it looks sad.
I know, it's going to be beautiful. I just know it. Oh, nice and pink, the way I like it.
Nice and pink. You can still see the sinew.
So let's give this baby a try. Mmm. Mm-hmm.
There are so many things to pick apart in this video, I can stop every 5 seconds. So today we're going to be seeing Epicurius make some burritos.
It was going to be the best delicious burrito. Don't do this at home. See? Huh? Voila.
I think Saul would be fun to work with in the kitchen.
I don't want to just put plain rice on my burrito. Do I look like a plain guy? No, right? So I'm making rice con. Basically, it's fried rice. The rice that sticks into the pan, the burnt part, is nice and crispy. Something that I learned with my wife, she's Dominican. Rice con. That I'm saying this, my love, con. The crunchy texture of my burrito.
It would be a good idea to use a non-stick pan when making this, or at least add enough oil so it doesn't stick to your pan, because if it does stick, you're gonna have a fun time trying to scrape it out and trying to clean the pan afterwards, so a non-stick helps.
Okay, so it looks like it's ready. So do I want to do this and flip it? although I want to play safe. Okay. There we go. Oh my God, this is the best concon ever. Nice and crunchy. Tinga time. So I already have my chicken right here. It's already boiled. Look at this beauty. Normally I will tell you to use these two forks to kind of shred it, but I have a better trick. Use your hands. Because you control the size of your chicken breast. And there you have it. Chicken for my chicken tinga.
He's right about this. Using your hands is going to be much faster shredding chicken, shredding pork, whatever it may be, than just using some forks and trying to shred it. You have more control you do over the size.
I'm gonna add the chicken now. Look at this, beautiful. It's kind of look like a fajita.
I love fajitas. I'm going to have to review them one day. Don't know when, but I'm gonna have to.
And at this point, I will add the chipotle. So I'm just gonna close my eyes and think this is chipotle. Yes, it's chipotle. Yes, lots of chipotle. Listen, there's nothing wrong with this sauce. I love this sauce. I love it. Look at those colors. Look how beautiful that looks.
I have to admit, his burrito, even now, it looks delicious.
Now I'm just gonna roll it. Pull all this inside here and then just push towards yourself like this.
When rolling a burrito, it's very important not to overfill the thing.
Enough of the crema. Delicious, delicious, delicious. It's just the layers of textures too. Like I can feel the crunchiness of the concon. It's just really, really good.
He had almost nothing to work with, and he turned that into something beautiful. After many requests, we're gonna see how Nick Giovani makes his ramen, with Uncle Roger commentating.
I'm gonna start making that amazing ramen broth. First, I'm gonna go in with all my chicken wings. Next, I'm gonna start taking these pork hocks that we got from the Asian grocery store.
Pork hock? You should be using pork bone, not pork hock. If you make tonkotsu broth with hock, you're gonna have too much meat falling off from broth. Make it dirty.
Uncle Roger has been doing his research, but there's also a lot of different styles of tonkotsu ramen. Some people prefer to use the backbone or segara, others prefer to use the femur bones, and even others prefer to use the skull.
Niece and nephew, screenshot this image and send to your vegan friend, because this is vegans' worst nightmare. They see that even dead animals have more company than them.
Some people will tell you to rinse this all the way out, but I like to keep all the flavor that's still in there from the bone, so I don't like to rinse it out.
No, you have to rinse out, otherwise your broth gonna be so dirty, hiya.
Uncle Roger's right about this. You can rinse the bones off if you want first, or you can go straight to a pre-boil.
Next, we're gonna make our tare. It's a really
he's making tare. This already better than Jamie and Nigella ramen.
And really let this heat up, but we don't want to boil it. We're actually looking to
correct. Don't boil kombu.
It's used in so many different things, and this is how we're gonna build the foundation.
This guy really loves shot of his hand. So many close-up of his hand. Is he hand model of something? Imagine if Uncle Roger make cooking video and all you see is...
Right here is our 20...
What? That is disgusting. Why this ramen broth look like this? This look like roadkill.
I'm sure that Nick did skim a lot of the crud, the fat, all the foam that built up on top off. He didn't show us the process, but it should be whiter, creamier than this, and yeah.
We're gonna strain off all this broth to make it nice and smooth.
Even if you strain, you can't strain out the brown color.
I do want to say that this is one of the most beautiful bowls of ramen I've ever seen.
Okay, this ramen better than Nigella and Jamie ramen because he actually make tare. But nephew Nick, tonkotsu supposed to be white, creamy and sexy, not like brown water.
This is only the second ramen video that we've actually reviewed because we reviewed Jamie twice. But I do have to say that Nick's version looks good. There may be a few little things that you can tweak, which is fine, but he did a good job overall. But he does need to fix the broth because that didn't turn out quite right. We're gonna be seeing how some of the worst cooks in America make their food.
What do you think, the whole package of cheese? Girl, go on and throw it in there. Go for it. There we go. Why not? Ooh, that's a lot of cheese.
I'm gonna be a little facetious, but I think she's related to Jack because that's something that he would make. Seriously.
I know I'm not a good cook, but one of my specialties is breast milk omelets.
Why? Ew.
The things that some people would do.
I've had blood before, but not blood sausage.
When were you drinking blood?
Admit.
How do I do this?
I have never used a grinder. Grater? Usually I don't use any of these high-tech machines.
Would you call that a high-tech machine?
A grater is a high-tech machine.
I baked her a cake for her 91st birthday, and then she died the next day.
I don't want to be the one to say it, but that's a little too coincidental. I wonder if she left an inheritance.
I had no idea it'd be so hard trying to cut the avocado. And then I see this thing in the middle, and I'm not sure if you're supposed to keep that or toss them.
She's cutting straight through the avocado and the seed.
She used whole peppercorns. Whole peppercorns.
Imagine that. With each bite, you get a couple whole peppercorns. They just explode in your mouth, full of flavor.
What is that?
It's a callus remover.
What?
If you put it in hot water, it's okay.
A callus remover that she's using as a cheese grater. Oh my goodness. Before seeing this today, I honestly thought like we've seen some of the worst on YouTube. Today we're going to be watching how Jamie Oliver makes his ramen with Uncle Roger commentating.
Let's see how Jamie do on ramen.
I've chosen to go with pork belly.
Ooh, pork belly. Pork belly, good. In Japanese, it's called char siu. Good topping.
Have a look in here. I mean, listen to it.
If you listen to your food, you know you need more friends.
It's gonna be an incredible flavor-packed base for the rest of the ramen.
I think 4 hours, just about bare minimum to make good ramen broth. Uncle Roger think you should go longer.
We've got steamed greens, steam it, and with the spinach, just wring it out super tight until you got a dense ball of goodness.
Who want dense ball of spinach? Vegetable tastes like set. Who want to eat dense ball of set?
Jamie's actually doing a good thing with the spinach, but if you squeeze it out as much as you can and you extract as much water as you can, it'll help prevent you from diluting whatever you're going to be adding the spinach to, because if you put it, say, in a quiche, or if you even put it on a vegetarian pizza, or I don't know, if you add it to even, say, as a garnish for some chicken or anything like this, you don't want that excess water.
So let's just get that pork out. Look at that. Just falling off the bone. Let's plate it up.
Wait, what? You gonna serve the char siu like this? Hiya, no. Season it. Put some soy sauce, braise it with some kind of sauce, do something to the char siu. Don't just serve it like naked like this. What the hell is this pasty ass char siu?
This is what I mean by sometimes you need to make some of the ingredients individually, and the char siu is not finished. And there are good tutorial videos on YouTube to see how to make the char siu properly. It's not difficult to make.
Let's go in.
Wait, what?
Let's go in.
What? That's not even ramen. That's soba noodle. It's completely different type of noodle.
Now personally, I love soba noodles. I use them a lot. For this though, I don't use them.
Everything wrong? Nothing you do can save you now?
Common sense tells you that's gonna taste absolutely gorgeous.
Common sense tells you that's gonna taste gorgeous.
It all comes together with that flavor-packed broth. Let's have a little try. Gorgeous. Good for the taste buds. And very good for you.
Hiya. Jamie, you almost made ramen. You're so close until the soba.
Now, when you look at this, I can't say that it's going to taste bad because I'm sure it does taste good, but let's just say this wouldn't be something that I would cook for a ramen competition. Today, guys, we're going to be reviewing some more TikTok videos. Something tells me that this is going to be another fail.
This is how you should prepare your chicken. Take it out of the packet and run it under cold water. Give it a good scrub. Add some soap. Not too much though.
No.
Make sure you rub it in all the creases so you get all the gunk out.
I don't think I need to state that you never need to put soap on meat. You don't rinse meat like you wash the dishes.
Start with our eggs, ground beef.
Was she actually putting in the Doritos bag?
Medium queso, freshly chopped onions.
So this is a kitchen hack because apparently this is going to be easier than making this the normal way without putting it in a Dorito bag and boiling it.
Salt into the water and then a little into the bag. Some milk,
Why are you putting salt into the water? You're not cooking anything. No food is going into the water. It's going into the bag, and the bag's in the water. It makes no difference.
Hot and spicy here. It'll go perfectly with the Cool Ranch cheese slices.
What the?
And you want to mix it all together. This is the quickest way to make your beef dinner.
This is the quickest way to make your beef dinner.
It's been about 20 minutes, and I can feel it. It just feels done. It's so heavy. Here it comes.
I have a feeling it's going to be disgusting.
There we go. Ooh, this looks incredible.
It looks beautiful, doesn't it? It looks like something that the dog threw up.
All right, let's get a bite of this. Wow. Why is that so good?
For some reason, I don't believe her. I don't think it tastes good. I hope all of you enjoyed this little recap of 2023, and if you haven't seen any of these other videos, then be sure to check all of them out, which I will leave in the description down below for you guys to see the full-length videos. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It means a great deal to me. And the more likes we get, the more support we get, well, and the more Patreons we get as well, the more videos we can make. And this next year, I want to make a lot more. And I want to wish you all a happy and a very prosperous 2024. So Happy New Year's to all of you, and I will see you again very soon. Until then, take care.